what's up guys, it's Grill Hands, and I got a little game clip from a King of the Hill match that I had the other night, and as usual I'm not going to show off the entire gameplay because this sucker was ridiculously long. I think it was like 20 plus minutes, and what really sucked about this gameplay is it was actually one of the personal bests for me. I think I got like 50 plus kills, like 12 or 15 caps, and like 5 or 6 breaks. I did really well, but we still ended up losing this game, so it was kind of a sad panda at the end of this thing. But I'm not going to focus too much on the gameplay. Instead, what I want to talk about is a recent transition that I had from the default control scheme to the alternate control scheme. For those of you who may not know, I follow another YouTuber by the name of Arctic. I'll include a link to his channel in the description, but he's a competitive Gears of War 3 player. I believe he started competing in Gears 1. I'm not completely sure, but I know he's a competitive Gears player. He puts up a lot of really good content. Usually he provides tips and tricks, and he talks about like DLC information, and just provides general commentary about his thoughts about the game. And being new to the franchise has been really beneficial to me. I've definitely picked up on a lot of little things that have certainly helped me play much better. And one of the things he's done recently, I think like 3 or 4 weeks ago, he put out a video detailing how the alternate control scheme works and its overall benefits, and I decided to give it a try to see if it could help me. And how it works is the traditional control scheme, the default control scheme. A button does everything. A button does the roadie run, it does the roll, and it does the sliding animation into cover. But with the alternate control scheme, it breaks up the A button. So X allows you to roadie run and allows you to roll, and A allows you to slide in and out of cover. Now the reason you want to break up that button like that is sometimes in certain situations when you're in a shotgun battle, you might try to slide into cover, but for some reason or another you end up rolling. And if you're in a Nashor fight and the guy knows what he's doing and you roll unintentionally, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get gibbed. So that's a way of alleviating that problem and preventing you from dying when you didn't intend to roll. And when I made that switch, when I started using it, I noticed the benefits almost immediately. Like I was able to slide and survive in gunfights much longer than I normally would, and I'd either end up winning it or I'd survive a little longer. I was able to wall bounce a little longer than I normally could, and I definitely didn't slide unintentionally. I decided when I want to slide and when I wanted to roll. So yeah, there are definitely some immediate benefits that I noticed when I started using this control scheme. But I am also having some issues with it as well. My biggest problem is I'm trying to get better with the shotgun. I mentioned that before, and one of the things I'm trying to do is pick up my overall pace. Just trying to be much faster than my opponent, trying to be able to traverse the map much faster, and just pick up my overall tempo when I have the Nashor out. It's a little harder to do that though because, say for instance, if I want to slide into cover and then slide out immediately and start sprinting, it's a little harder to do. You have to tap A to slide into cover, tap A to break out of that cover and start running, and then immediately hit X to continue the run animation. For the most part, I can do that fine, but just constantly doing it over and over again, trying to keep that tempo and momentum up as I'm moving around. Sometimes I might not hit it correctly, and then I'll pause for a second, and you really don't want to do that, especially if you're in a Nashor fight or if you're just trying to keep your overall tempo up and stay fast paced. And the other problem I'm having, which really isn't specific to this control scheme, it's just me learning the game, is sometimes I'll tap A and I'm not in that sweet spot in which I'd slide into cover. I'm right outside of it, so I'll pause. And if you're in a Nashor fight and you're trying to tap A to try to slide into cover and instead you do nothing, then you're definitely going to get gibbed. So that's another problem with the control scheme. Doesn't happen very often, but that's another thing that kind of slows down my tempo and definitely is something you don't want to happen when you're in a Nashor fight. So those are the problems with it. For the most part, I'm enjoying this control scheme. I haven't had any issues learning how to utilize it because, like I said, I'm fresh to the franchise. I don't have the default configuration like set to muscle memory, so it didn't take very long to pick up the general gist of the control scheme. Oh, and right here, I get really lucky. I don't know what button I hit to hit that screen, and it feels like I was in that pause menu for eternity. I don't know what that guy was doing. I guess I put him in full red. I know he had a sawed-off shotgun, so I guess he was reloading it. Maybe he jammed, but I got really lucky right there. He should have just gibbed me. But yeah, no, for the most part, I enjoy the configuration. Let me know what you guys think. I think I'm the only person that I know of that I play with that uses the alternate control scheme. I think everybody else uses default. So let me know if you guys have ever tried the alternate and if you like it or if you don't. And let me know why you prefer maybe one to the other. And I think to close out this video right here, I go on a pretty good streak for me, but I end up dying because one of my teammates grabs frags. You're not going to see it in this video, but one of my teammates grabs frags, and he goes to boom, and he throws the frag into the ring even though there's no enemies in there. And when he does that, somebody on the enemy team simultaneously throws a smoke grenade in there, and it blows up the frag with our entire team in there, and it gets us all killed. So that's when things start to turn bad. After that, things just go from bad to worse, and we end up losing this. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, guys, take it easy.